Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I'm writing my Work Fame Substack article for this week. And what I've decided to do is actually just share some of the books that I recommend over and over again. And this is usually in response to when someone has a question or is going through something. Jenny Blake calls it a book prescription. So imagine that you're a doctor, they give you a prescription. What tends to happen is I'm having a conversation with someone and I prescribe them a certain book for a specific problem. So what I'm going to do today, and maybe this might actually cover 2 or 3 episodes, is share some of the books that I do recommend if you have a specific problem. So I think I've actually got like 27 books here for different problems. Outside of this, of course, there's other books in terms of fiction and other things that I'd recommend, but I'm really focusing this on pain points around career, around business, around life as well. Okay, number 1, you might come to me and say, I really hate my job, I hate what I'm doing, or I'm not too sure what I want to do next, I have no idea. The book I would prescribe for you is Pivot by Jenny Blake. This book changed my life. I was looking for it in a moment of time where I had no idea what I was doing next. I was jumping on and looking for other jobs, but not actually doing the work and figuring out what I wanted. And what I love about this book is Jenny goes through a 4-part phrase of pivoting: plant, scan, pilot, and launch. And so what you're doing is, while you're in your job or doing whatever you're doing, you're actually doing things like taking stock of the people, the skills, the projects that light you up. You're doing a lot of assessment around your strengths, where you can add value, people that you can talk to. It's just the most practical guide and method I've ever seen of navigating career steps. Problem number 2, everyone says I should freelance, but I'm terrified that I'll starve. I would suggest reading Getting Started in Consulting by Alan Weiss. You'll hear Alan Weiss on my Weekend Rewinds every couple of weeks. I read his book, $1 Million Consulting, that was recommended by Michael Bungay Stanier when I started my business. But if you are new to freelancing and not too sure what to do, this book is really great. It gives you the one-on-one of consulting in the right way, so to position yourself based on value, not hours, how to have confident conversations with the right buyers. So if you are thinking about starting and being a solopreneur, it's a terrific book to read. Okay, I know I need to tell more stories, but I don't know how to tell them. The best book on this is Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. He's been on a Weekend Rewind episode. I spoke to him back in 2018 on the First Time Facilitated podcast, and his work has just exploded. What I love about this book is that he shows that every single day you can be actually capturing some compelling stories that you have. And these are not once-in-a-lifetime stories. These are everyday stories. What you're looking for is a 5-second moment where in the space of 5 seconds, something changes within you. You thought one thing and now you think something else. And then he teaches you a great structure of telling these stories, of capturing, where the place is, the right amount of description as well. It is an amazing guide to telling better stories. The next book I have to share is when people say, oh, I'm an expert on XYZ, but I've got to run a workshop on this in a couple of weeks. I highly recommend my book, The 2-Hour Workshop Blueprint. That's by me, Leanne Hughes. It blueprints a workshop process for hosting like a lunch and learn, a short type of session, for extracting all the gold that is in your head and turning that into something that actually engages people, has impact, and leads to results as well. So that was the goal of the book. It's not really written for facilitators. Other facilitators and trainers find it really helpful, but it's really written for the expert, the technical person that has to turn whatever's in their mind into something that will engage people and keep them captivated for a short period of time. Next question. I have this brilliant idea, but what if nobody actually wants it? You know what? So often I see people that have amazing ideas that just sit in their own minds. And the best book that I've written on how to validate an idea is called $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. This book is incredible. I cannot recommend it highly enough. He shows you how to validate ideas in 48 hours. So if you're thinking, I should start a dog walking business, he goes through the steps of, rather than starting a website and buying a domain name and thinking of a business name, you just text a few friends and he gives you scripts on how to do that, how to find out where people hang out, where to market, how to get over the hump of starting. So I love his scripts for customer interviews, how to pre-sell ideas. This book will save you so much time if you have an idea but you're not too sure, because actually what creates a business, it is market demand. And that's what this book is all about. Next problem. I think people come to me for advice, but when I give it to them, I'm not getting the results that I'm after. And this is a question that I hear mainly from leaders, but this actually would work in many different aspects of life. I find it really hard to resist giving advice, honestly, because you feel like if someone comes to you wanting your opinion, you feel like, yeah, I should give it to them. And maybe that's correct, but not every time. We shouldn't default to giving advice all the time. And I think we all know those friends or people that are around us that just give you advice constantly. And it's almost like a status move. So the book that I recommend on this is called The Advice Trap. It's by Michael Bungay Stanier. You would have heard him on this podcast, best-selling author of The Coaching Habit. The reason why I love The Advice Trap so much is because he talks about the 3 different types of advice monsters that plague all of us. And really, this book is about how to be more curious, be more open, use better questions. And it's a book I'm recommending because I need to listen to it myself, because I just go into default advice giving monster mode. When people ask me stuff, I know I need to stop doing it, but it's one I refer a lot, because a really important leadership skill is having that ability to remain present, use questions, and coach others to help them figure out and develop their skill as well. Final recommendation for today's episode. I'm exhausted with the way business is being run. It's getting out of control. There's way too much to do. Maybe those aren't your exact words, but there's an element of hustle, of just relentless work. I love the book It Doesn't Have to Be Crazy at Work by the Basecamp co-founders, Jason Bright and David Hansen. They show how you can build a profitable company without the chaos. And they do really counterintuitive things in this book. They show you how to protect time, eliminate fake urgency, and create calm company cultures that actually perform better. It kind of just throws the textbook out in terms of how work should be designed and rethinks how you can be productive and still operate efficiently without sacrificing and burning out. Tune in early next week for the next round of book recommendations.